Okay, so update, homeless update. Um, so at this point, uh, I I had somebody that about a couple days ago was talking about um, uh, loaning me the money for the car insurance payment, which is like 100, and so it's like 95 something, and then it'd be $10 on late charge if they charge that to me. But um, so it sounded like they were gonna handle that, and then they were like, "I'll call you tomorrow," and I haven't heard anything. So that's not a good thing because that's my first concern. Um, and the two little storages, haven't paid those yet. I'm running out of time there. I've got maybe 5 or 7 days. The faster I do it, though, then I can try to stop them from charging an extra 100 each unit for the auction charges. But that hasn't been done yet. And then eBay is just disgusting slow. No sales at all. None, none, none. But this store is also on vacation mode. So, that really hurts sales. Um, so there's that. I had a small interview thing yesterday that I was waiting on all day long because they told me that on Sunday the district hiring dude would be in Sunday, and they would like put me on top list or some crap. And so I, went and got my shower real early and waited right nearby the place for like 6 hours, okay? But in the meantime, I was still like applying for jobs and stuff like this. Um, and working on my eBay. So finally, I called in the afternoon and talked to the person, and they asked me like 4 questions. Like, when you work like 7 days, and what shifts would you prefer? I told them. And they were like full time, part time. I said, either one. Prefer full time and overtime. And they were like, okay. And they're supposed to be needing to hire for day shift and night shift. So they must be real short. It looks kind of like a peaceful place to work. Anyway, I didn't hear crap else. Then today I got a call from AT&T wanting to put like one of those, I guess probably one of those unit things in a store and sell in a big box store. And then he was explaining that you get, so much per hour and it'd be full time. And then all these different commissions that you get for selling extra stuff, like accessories or whatever services on top of it. And then they pay those once a month. Your so called commissions. You get that once a month. That's kind of shady. Um, and that I said, so, I need to know the pay. I need to know what kind of hours we're talking, where the location is, and, um, you know, how often you pay. And because a lot of places since the pandemic have gone to 1 day or 1 week pay, anything outside of that is just kind of archaic. So he was like, well, it's, every 2 weeks pay. And I was like, oh. And I was like, you don't have the daily pay or anything like that? Nope. I love the way these people sit around and play. Do you believe that? Poor person was sitting there waiting on that clown, playing on the phone. So anyway, um, he says, well, you'll do a training thing, and you have to watch those because then they'll jack your pay till you're so-called trained. And training can be anywhere from, a week to months. You have to find out all the exact details. But we didn't even get to that point because I said, so when does, this start? How long does it take to get on? And he was like, well, we want to open that one on the 23rd. And I said, well, I'm really looking for something a little sooner than that. I said, you're welcome to contact me back. But at this point, I'm really looking for something that's, a little sooner than that. And this guy was out of Tampa. He was real nice. And he's like, okay. He says, we do phone interviews. I'm like, that's fine. But so, that's a little ways away. So I applied for some more jobs today. And then worked on eBay some more, marking stuff down. And just getting close to that wire, man. And I did have a friend, an acquaintance that's a friend of a friend, that took me out to eat yesterday and then did it again today. The only thing is, they have like no friends because they'll drive you crazy. They have some mental thing, and they get real nervous, impatient, whatever. And this guy doesn't work anymore. He's like disabled out and stuff. But he has like no friends, and he'll worry you to death. This is the kind of joker that when they get ready to call you, they call you like 10 times before you answer the phone in like 2 minutes. He's just kind of messed up. But again, he doesn't have any friends. So it's kind of like, be kind to a stranger thing, be kind to someone. So he loves to sit and visit with me because I cheer him up. And so he paid for my food yesterday, took me out yesterday, and then took me out today. And he's like, I just adopted you as my sister. And he's like, I just love you, Red. And so, I try to be kind to everybody. And this poor soul, uh, just really has nobody. But he means well. He's a living, breathing person. So anyway, so that was cool. And he's like, anytime you're hungry, let me know. I'll take you out. And I was like, cool. So we got that problem solved. I just have to babysit, and it's like 2 hours of babysitting, sitting, talking at a restaurant. But, try to keep it happy, And he's like, I wish I could help you with stuff. But his money is governed. He has, like a trustee. Because his mommy died like 5 years ago and left huge amounts of money and property to him. But he's not totally mentally together to handle it. So they've always had like a trustee for him. And so it's not like he has access really to his own money as a trustee that's paid to babysit his money. But anyway, a very nice person. Nice Christian individual. So anyway, that part is solved, which is nice because I'm just like totally bottom of the barrel right now. It's really a bummer. The clock is ticking. It's not good. So, and I applied for some other jobs today, and one that I applied for a year ago, and I even went and talked to the owner. They've got an I need somebody right away ad on Indeed, and I applied today, and then I called, and he wasn't there. So I don't know how that'll go. But, I'm just kind of applying for whatever. Just whatever. Can't be picky. And I haven't heard back from the corporate I've worked for like 5-6 years to see if, I could help them over at the other store because they need somebody real bad. And I've worked there before. I've put lots of hours in over there before. Have very little gas, okay? Very, very little. like 1/8 of tank of gas, which is very crippling, especially to go look for work and stuff or apply for jobs much farther than where the car is at. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So that's just kind of basically where it's at for the minute. And it's horrible not being able to work in my office doing my eBay stuff and listing stuff because I'm losing time and money because we're going up into Q4 and I need to have as much as I can listed. But other than that, I just can't afford to lose anything that I've got in storage. One of those storages has my dad's stuff in it, and that would be just really bad. It would be really bad if I lost that. So, I don't know. And my Jackery battery is pissed off because my car sure doesn't want to charge it. It's running my battery down real bad. It'll wear your battery out. It's better to charge them up with electric. But that's what I use to charge the phone or power the fans and stuff like that. And I don't have much charge on it. It's draining by the day. And the car does not want to jack with it. It really runs the power down on it bad. And I can't afford to buy another darn battery again. I just bought one like a year ago. And I got good high dollar battery. But again, those Jackeries, they just really, if you use them, they just keep wearing your battery out, your car battery out. So, I don't know. I did check to see if I could get electric at the table we were at, and then I could have brought my Jackery in and charged it and my phone. But there was no power. That would have been really nice because we were over there like 2 or 3 hours talking. And it was like munching away, like little things munching away. I was like, I got a little bit of salad at one point, and we talked for a while, and then I'd go over and get, a bowl full of vegetables with butter over it and eat that for a minute. We'd talk a little bit, and I'd go over and get a little meat, and just kind of snack around there. It was like a 10-course meal kind of thing. And they had terrible desserts. I was really surprised. I used to work for that company many years ago, and they always had very elegant desserts. But nowadays they don't. But they had some ice cream. What the hell? They had soft serve ice cream like they did years ago. So I did that, and they actually had hot fudge syrup. So I got a little thing and put a little ice cream in there with a little hot fudge. And that was tasty. With some hand-whipped cream, that was pretty tasty. The only problem is they brought out like ribs and steaks like right before we were leaving. And I was like, such a bummer. And, but that's okay. I had a nice meal and lots of conversation. Saw an old coworker of mine today. And they got terminated the other day. It was really sad. And this poor cat, he's like 57 or something, but he has the mentality of a little teenager. He's got a handicap of some sort. Met his mommy today. What a charming, beautiful woman. And poor thing's on a walker. She's quite elderly. But looks great. And nice lady. And I was really sad for him. And I told him, I gave him my number. I said, you call me or text me anytime. And I said, I would sue them for what has happened. If you need me as a witness or whatever, I worked with you and I know. Because what they were trying to claim, and it's kind of this, it goes to the girl that was so problematic over there, of the reason I quit and didn't go back. She's really mental, and she told me a lot of crap when I started there about this guy, and it was stuff like, it doesn't even pertain to me. I don't care. I don't want to hear it. I like to love everybody, and if they burn my butt 2 or 3 times, then I'm done with them. That's all. But, just talking crazy, like claiming he whipped his weenie out, at work over there in the cooler or something and all that. Just coming off with crap like that when I first started there. Oh, he does this and he does, and I really kind of doubt it. Who is going to whip their weenie out in a freaking freezing cold cooler, first of all? How many people do you think are going to be doing that? any more than I whip a booby out of 2 shirts and a parka in a cooler, right? No, that's not happening. That's not something that people normally would do. They go in the cooler and try to find what they need and get the hell out quick. So that just sounds bogus to begin with. And I don't like all that negative drama. And she's just strange. So, but she was the reason why I bailed. And I think she was just giving me a hard time because she just didn't want me to end up being her boss, is what somebody had told me later. Well, you were brought in to be manager of that department. And she didn't want the manager job. She told me over and over again. She did not want it. But then I guess she figured if I was going to be her boss, that would really piss her off. So she was just a butt. I mean, she literally got in my face when we fight her. And I said, I'm sorry, I'm not fighting people. And why are you yelling in my face? You know? So she's just real cuckoo. And then she's doing one of the bosses, from what I was told. They said, you won't get it anywhere, but she does one of the dudes. And I was like, really? And I really believe that. I really do. I really, really do. Especially at this point where my friend who's worked there longer than me, and he's handicapped, with her talking crap about him and all that when I was working there. And he'd worked there longer than me. And he's harmless. He really does a good job. He works. But he's harmless. He's like a little 15-year-old kid too, like that other guy. But so right off the top, it was a problem with that girl. She was talking crap and just making stuff up about this poor guy that wasn't even true. And they said, you're gone. And I said, that's such defamation of character and all that. I said, and I said, I would just turn around and sue him. And I said, you can use me as a witness, because let me tell you some of the crap she told me when I was over there and I didn't even know you. I just started there, and she was telling me a bunch of negative drama that I don't believe to be true. And so, it's something that I guess she enjoys doing to everybody. She had no reason to be telling me to dog people like that. What, to scare me at working with a guy? Don't bother me. If he likes to whip his hoo-hoos out or something, whatever, that's his business. As long as it doesn't affect me, And again, I didn't believe it. And I still to this day don't believe that. She's just a weird person. But, and she only works there a few days a week. That's what's really weird. So I just told myself, if you need my help, I'll be glad to help you. Have your lawyer contact me, whatever. If you're scared, because he's scared about job reference now, and to go to some other place to work, and I said, use me. I'll be glad to speak, because I didn't have any problems with it. He did used to get cranky on occasion, but he's very stern, and he really knows the job well. And he taught me a lot. Okay. And he's real strong, very, very strong. But he can get like a little 7-year-old and get kind of cranky and a little argumentative. But it's nothing. You just hold your breath. It's fine. There's no big deal. It's not a big hairy thing. You know he's not right. Okay. So you just hold your breath. I used to teach at the handicap schools and stuff with the children that were messed up, and I love teaching them. And you just have to have a little bit more patience, and you get so much love back when you're helping somebody that's got a deficiency, no matter what age they are, and just being kind to somebody is all that matters. And it makes you feel great, especially when they appreciate it. So, I told them I'd be glad to be a reference for them, and I would definitely, consider suing them for the reason of termination and for all this other defamation of character. Because, again, this girl repeatedly brought crap up that it sounded really like she was making it up. I hate that when people talk crap, you know, and start drama for no reason. Don't need all that negative drama. Just do the job. Shut up, do the job. You know what I mean? And who am I? Why would you take a total stranger to come into work there and start talking poop about your coworkers? For what reason? So maybe I would hate this poor guy or something. I'm not like that. Sorry, I don't play those kindergarten games. You know, go back to school and try that again. And this girl is probably about 45 years old. You know, she's a grown person. She has no reason to be acting like that. That's just negative drama that wastes time. The world doesn't need that. So I don't know, but I felt so bad for him because you know he lives with his mommy, and you know he just devotes his whole life to his mommy. He's never been married, never had a girlfriend, and he's just real stern about working. Um, and I believe he was in the military, and they cut him loose because he got damaged mentally. But he's a pretty upstanding cat, you know. So yeah, he was real glad to see me and told me thank you so much. He really appreciated, you know, me, because I walked right up to him and said hello. And the person I was with, I said, I used to work with that guy, and it sure looks like him. I think I'm gonna go over and say hi to him. And I walked right over, and he was with his mommy. And I said, William? And he says, yes. And I said, well, I worked with you, and you remember me. And this was like a year ago. And he says, well, yes. And I said, well, are you still working over in that place? Because every time I go over there, I don't see you. He said, well, as a matter of fact, I was fired on Saturday. I said, are you kidding me? Yeah. Darn it. But anyway, so hopefully I helped out. You know, somebody did something kind for somebody today. Because that's me. I'll try to do something kind for somebody every day. Anyway, so that's where we're at. I don't know what tomorrow brings. I'm really tired. I've been overthinking everything. I'm going to look at some more jobs here in a minute and see what I can try to apply for. And I've not had any like tips or donations or anything like that yet. And no sales on eBay. I was kind of hoping for something to break. Yeah. And oh, I hate wasting time like this when I can be working lists and stuff. Dear God. So much time wasted. But I can't get into you know my office and stuff to work. Because the bill's not paid. So I hope you guys have a great day. And I'll let you know some more. That's where we're at so far. Again, it's tourist season's over, so it's gonna be a little rough trying to get some work. I don't know. So I hope you guys have a great one. Do something kind for a stranger. Love everybody. And too much of a good thing is wonderful, and we'll take a ton of that. I love you guys. See you on the next one.